Hey guys, it's Trainer JA here, back again to bring you episode 4 during the VGC, where I'll be making my own teams and giving you strategies on how to use them. So today's episode we're going to be showcasing a G-MAX Coalossal team. Coalossal has a pretty neat ability called Steam Engine, where if it gets hit by a water or fire type move, its speed is increased to the max. So the point of this team is to either self Aqua Jet with Marina onto Coalossal, activate a weakness policy, or to surf and then activate the weakness policy. So, and I'll go over Cobalion's purpose as well, in case you don't know. Okay, first team, interesting. The hard hitter on this team honestly seems to be the Dracozolt and the Braviary, as well as the Vantula, which is something that I don't really see that often, so it might be running String Shot, is what I might be guessing. So here, let's see. On my Serena, I was running... I'm not really running anything too helpful. So, and there's nothing really too fast on this team. So what I actually might want to go for here is a... I'm actually trying to think. It makes sense actually to go for the Coalossal lead. And Sneasel in the back. Bringing Talonflame as well. One thing I do have to worry about though is Trick Room from Chandelure with Focus Sash, but I think we'll be fine if we leave these two because we can just double target that slot and it should knock it out. Serena is weak to Bug and Flying, so I don't think it's really good to bring her here. Cobalion will be nice if we can get this Sneasel to survive long enough, but I feel like it would make more sense for it to be the Marina here. I will actually... it was tricky. Yeah, you know what? I'll bring Marina. We should outspeed with the Tailwind Talonflame. So, I think we'll be fine there. Okay, let's see. I felt like our lead was pretty okay, because we don't have to worry about Fake Out because of Inner Focus. So it is going to be Chandelure, Galvantula. Seriously though, what I am afraid of is the String Shot lead. We do outspeed these Pokemon, almost one of them is Scarf. So going for a Volcalith here would be okay. And then going for a Surf. So if it has String Shot, I'm running Icy Wind to lower both my opponent's speed. So that way, we can like still outspeed them. Some Pokemon you should be able to outspeed just about everything with Coalossal Steam Engine, but sometimes if like let's say Dragapult, which is not in this series just yet but will be in the next one, as Scarf, you most likely won't outspeed when I made these calculations, but because it's not in this series, I think we're okay to just not like run full speed. So we are going to go for the Surf. Surf is going to connect. And wow, critical hit onto myself. Oh my gosh. I hate to see it. I really do. I mean, we don't take too much damage, because I think my Sneasel is, I believe, 3 IVs in a special attack. So this Volcalith is super helpful here, because now what it allows me to do is it allows me to just stop my opponent from setting up a Trick Room. And it gets the rocks down. So for my next turn, I might go for a Max Flare. So I'm pretty sure it's String Shot. It might be. No, it's actually Electro Web. Ugh, can't even say that correctly. Interesting play by my opponent, I will say. For my next turn though, I might want to try to go for a Max Flare, get that out of here, and then go for an Icy Wind. It is going to be the Dracozolt, so that's something to be afraid of. Dracozolt has Hustle. We do have Primarina in the back though, so I might have to set up a Tailwind and then go for a Moonblast. My opponent doesn't really benefit from some of this stuff, so just going for an Icy Wind is okay here. If we can outspeed. It might be tempting for my opponent to just target the Sneasel, get it out of here. We should be able to survive though, if it hits Coalossal. We should even outspeed Dracozolt, to be honest. What I need to do now is to stall out my opponent's turn to Dynamax. So they got 3, I have 2. This Icy Wind is going to come in really helpful here. So we are faster. I don't think Sneasel's faster at this point though. it might be able, actually, you know what? It should be able to outspeed because Dracozolt is, I believe, 75 base speed, while Sneasel is 115. So -1 shouldn't be too much of a threat. No, actually, it's gonna outspeed us. Okay. So that's not good. We do actually survive though the attack, which is interesting though because with hustle we should have actually fainted. So lowering their they have their own weakness policy. Okay, that's why no life orb. Coals are gonna come in, do a little bit of chip damage onto the Dracozolt. What is important now is for my opponent to get a double knockout though, so they are going to bring in the Clefable. Here what I want to go for is a Max Volcalith. Yeah, it makes sense to go for that, because it's not very effective. I could go for it onto Clefable, but I feel like my opponent might try to go for like Helping Hand or something. So going for an Icy Wind is okay here. Just trying to lower my opponent's speed because Primarina isn't like the fastest Pokemon on this team. So it is going to go for Follow Me, that was to be expected. Are going to go for the Volcalith. If my opponent targets the Coalossal spot, I might try to go for another Icy Wind. I don't want to bring Primarina out just yet because I will need it for a late game. It is going to be Citrus Berry. Is going to go for a Max Quake. So this is good and bad because my Primarina is in the back, so Moonblast won't be doing as much damage to it as I would like it to, but we should be able to outspeed. I still need to bring in Talonflame here just so I can do as much damage as possible to the table. Doing as much damage to this Sneasel is also, to the Drexel is important. So the Colds are helping. I will need it for the late game. So Icy Wind does chip damage, and Brave Bird should knock out Clefable. So it's all about what my opponent tries to knock out here. So Brave Bird onto Clefable, and then go for Icy Wind just to lower speed. Oh, it is gonna protect. That was a smart play. I kind of figured it might have protected because that was its probably only choice. Icy Wind again. Just trying to lower speed. It's not doing a lot of damage, but we did successfully call out Dynamax here. Max Lightning onto Talonflame. So if my opponent is running Hustle, they do have to play the Hustle late game right now. So unfortunately though, I shouldn't have went for the Max Flare knowing that I had Primarina in the back. Dracozolt is now down to its non-Dynamax form. Hyper Voice should pick up a knockout. Oh, actually maybe not. So going for a Moonblast here onto the Dracozolt is fine. And then going for an Icy Wind. My opponent might just go for a Follow Me, yep. I didn't want to go for Hyper Voice because of the split damage. And because it's sunny, so Hyper Voice wouldn't be doing as much. So we should outspeed Dracozolt right now. If they are running Hustle though, and they miss, it'll matter. It missed. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I mean, they could still win because they do have a double special defense boost, I believe, right? From Max Quake. Yep. That's not good. Yeah, we might not pick up a knockout here. So it kind of does depend. The Sneasel going for Icy Wind a lot, though, did matter. Because we need to get as much chip damage as possible, so that's going to do about, like 5%. I'm not even, it might be actually less than 5%, maybe like 3%. But here comes the Moonblast. Just needs to do at least like 30%. Okay, good. Actually wasn't enough to pick up a knockout. I will say though that Mist did matter. So yeah, that's the problem with Dracozolt. Once it's not in Dynamax form, it tends to like just not be great, even with a Scarf. Because Hustle is like one of those things you do have to worry about. I do want to run a Hustle Pokemon like Durant or Dracozolt with like Meowstic with Gravity. I believe it gets faster. I actually was running Protect, so that's something I should have been afraid of. It should have actually went for Protect in one of its Dynamax turns that kills it. Oh, it has Unaware. Okay. So, interesting. Unaware is the ability where I believe it ignores your stat boost, so Coalossal wouldn't have done too much to it. So now, what do I want to go? What do I actually want to lead? I kind of want to lead the Sneasel lead. If I can. Valiant. Let's see. Oh, okay. I've seen this before. This is a little scary. But, I think I fought this team before. So what I'm going to do here is bring out the Talonflame Sereno here. Because it might be a Barraskewda Amoonguss lead, where we can just go for a Tailwind Max Overgrowth. I don't think we outspeed Barraskewda, and we can always get bypass Rage Powder. Then who do I bring the back though? We could. It's always safe to bring Primarina in this situation. Very tight moves for High Dragon should pick up a knockout. Actually, we'll pick up a knockout most likely. I do have to worry about Togedemaru with Nuzzle. Can't underestimate that. I'm trying to think. Let's see. I just don't think Coalossal is a really good option here. Maybe for a late game. That's it. Because I would have to rely mostly on Heat Wave. You know what? I think I might have to rely on Coalossal. I'm gonna be Dynamaxing most likely Serena. But if I can Aqua Jet late game and then go for Heat Wave, that's fine. That's one of the problems with Coalossal. The special side to be exact. If it has Meteor Beam, it takes 2 turns for it to attack a non-Dynamax. And if it's Solar Beam, then you have to wait 2 turns. Mostly it relies on waiting 2 turns, that's why you typically Dynamax. But I ran Heat Wave for that reason. Is gonna be the Barraskewda Braviary lead. So that's interesting. My opponent might just try to switch out here. So let's think. Safe option would be to go for a Taunt onto Braviary. Actually no, we should outspeed Braviary actually. So going for a Tailwind right here. We do have Triple Axle. Not enough though. Could do a double up into that slot. Barraskewda is fast. Yeah, you know what? Oh, we're not gonna make it. Oh, we didn't make it. Oh, okay, well it did go for Tailwind. That's good. Depends on what my Serena went for though. Brave Bird, unfortunately. That's fine. We do have a Primarina in the back. He's gonna take a lot of recoil and probably gonna go for a Liquidation. Yep. Yeah, that's bad. That was a crit too. That crit didn't matter though, at any circumstance. So now the question is, how do we win the late game? That clock out was a little crucial, unfortunately. Although we weren't really outspeeding anything to begin with. We could have Dynamaxed, I guess, but I guess it makes sense to Dynamax now. Because now we should outspeed Barraskewda. So I think that's pretty crucial. I went for Vocalith as opposed to Max Overgrowth because I feel like my opponent might switch out their Barraskewda at this point. And honestly, Tailwind is important because I know that Barraskewda is pretty fast. I don't know if theirs is a choice Scarf or a choice band. It would make sense for it to be choice band. They're gonna withdraw the Braviary into a Amoonguss. Okay, that's not good. They are gonna Dynamite. I think we actually lose. I should have went for the Max Overgrowth. Because I don't think this picks up a knockout onto Barraskewda. I think the Rock, the Vocalith should get to it. Oh man, I played that way too quickly. Because I knew something was going to switch out, I just didn't know exactly what. I was more afraid of Barraskewda switching out, to be honest. So that tells me that it's most likely not Scarf. Oh, it's going to Max Guard. Oh wait, that's actually bad. That's actually pretty smart for my opponent then. So, I don't get an attack off here, but I do get my weakness policy. I just wish I knew who was fast. I don't think we outspeed Barraskewda in this situation. I'm gonna go for a Protect here. Oh, but Protect is kind of obvious, to be honest. I'll go for a Max Flare, then go for a Energy Ball. Although I'm pretty sure my opponent just Rage Powders right here. But I think it's pretty fair for my opponent to just go for the Water type move onto Coalossal. Oh, it's not Focus Sash, okay. Question is, does this knock out? Most likely does. Oh, actually doesn't. Okay, so we're still in this. Because this Energy Ball is crucial, but now I realize that we do not outspeed Barraskewda. Oh my, yeah, that's right, it's pretty frail. Is that in, is that in Aqua Jet range? Probably. I'm guessing my opponent goes for a Braviary now? So we have to play this like really, really carefully because we just got a second chance right there. That stun was pretty crucial. They are gonna have Gengar. Ooh, okay, so Hypnosis could be perks. I did set up my Vocal. Right, so that leaves... Oh, how much turns of... One turn Tailwind. Okay. Next Flare? I don't even think... I have to play it safe. And then Aqua Jet into that spot. I think we'll be okay there in that situation. They might Max Guard Barraskewda, but I don't see why, because I'll just go for it again. So that means that the Gengar has a Focus Sash? That is enough for the knockout, perfect. Because of the rain. I'm curious to see what my opponent did try to go for it just there with Gengar. If, probably Hypnosis maybe. Although, I do have to rely on a weakened move right. Let's see. See what they went for. They went for Shadow Ball, okay. We do survive. Okay, I'm actually surprised that we're surviving because I know it is a tanky Pokemon, but it's not one of those Pokemon that's like over tanky. I think it has Man, I don't remember Coalossal's defense on top of my head. I want to say like 110. But it just seems like that would have been enough because I know Gengar has a pretty high special attack as well. So, if you're my opponent, you have to rely on, right now, a miss. So, I'm going to go for Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice should pick up a knockout, but they might go for Brave Bird. Because we do have speed. My next option here is to honestly just stall out the rain. Okay, it is enough for a knockout. Ooh, no, protecting wouldn't have made sense. Okay, there we go. Gotta admit though, these were some pretty close games so far. Because if we, like, honestly, the last game, they had to have missed their Bolt Beak in order to win. In this game, we had to have missed our... Wait, did I say that right? I don't even know. Bolt Beak would have secured them the victory, and for us, Meteor Beam hitting would have secured us the victory. Yeah, sure, let's quickly check that out. Oh, it was Scarf Bravier, so we actually do outspeed Scarf. Yeah, that's the thing, only some Pokemon you can't really outspeed. So it is good to know that that does a lot. It was an adamant nature, so that's probably why. Actually, no, we actually should have fainted, to be honest. I think it was just a low roll for them. I have to do a calculation on that sec or later. Last battle. Oh, Flapple. So this is an interesting team here. Question is, what do I want to lead? Honestly though, I think a Cobalion Sneasel lead is always fair game. Although if they do lead the Amoonguss set, could be an Amoonguss Lapras lead. I do need Serena for the endgame Lapras. Because what actually Dynamax is here? Flapple, Serena, I mean not Serena, Lapras, Farfetch'd, and then maybe Braviary once in a while. Not really that common though. And then I guess we bring Talented. I think that makes sense. We do avoid Rage Powder situations, that's good. If they live with a Grimmsnarl, I think we're okay. Let's see. Grimmsnarl Flapple. Okay, so that's good for us. There's no follow me, and we don't have to worry about fake out too much. The question is, do we pick up a knockout? It's gonna frisk. Oh, it's not, Prankster. Interesting. So what does Grimmsnarl do exactly? Could knock it out right away, but it could also be a Focus Sash Grimmsnarl. How important is speed in this situation? Pretty important. Going for a Max Airstream here is okay. And then go for a beat up onto Cobalion just to get that +4. So far we have a pretty good advantage, but I always have to be careful of what my opponent might try to do here. We are faster. Could honestly be Scarfed Flapple, now I'm thinking about it. Scarfed Hustle. Once again though, you're playing with fire when you hustle Pokemon if it's not Dynamax. It is gonna Dynamax. Unless it's like Grimmsnarl and I'm like, you know, not thinking. It could be actually Grimmsnarl. Oh no, it's... Oh, okay, G-MAX Flapple? Question mark? Why? I forgot what does Flapple do. I think it lowers invasion. It's G-Max move. I mean, I typically would keep with the I would typically want to like set up a grassy terrain. So we take about 3 damage. It's 12 damage we should be taking. The question now is, does a +4 knock out Flapple? Max Airstream. Okay, we actually took about 14 damage, but that's not too much. Okay, that was enough for a knockout. I really feel like my opponent should have had Prankster, but that's okay, I guess. That's interesting. I am curious. Hopefully they let me look at their set, see what the plan was. We got the Dynamax Pokemon out of the way. That's always like should be your #1 priority, but at the same time, it shouldn't be because you don't really do too much damage to certain Dynamax Pokemon, and in the end, like you can come back to haunt you because you're ignoring, you know, what's ahead of you. So here, what do I want to do? I guess go for a. Honestly, a Max Steel Spike is okay because I think we should outspeed. Oh, but do we pick up a knockout? Oh, you know what? We can just go for beat up again. It's okay. Get that last +2 so we can secure a knockout. Interesting that my opponent actually did run a G-Max Flapple. I will give him credit for that. I do also want to run a G-Max Flapple. Well, not a G-Max Flapple, but just like a Flapple with Gravity, just like Drake's ult. You can run like Meowstic, Gravity, Milotic Hypnosis. That's always interesting. Isn't it for a knockout? So we should pick up 3 knockouts. Unless my opponent's... I'm actually confused on what my opponent was trying to do right now. Maybe set up Screen Cistern or Thunderwave? Spirit Break, okay. I could have honestly went for counter. No, I could not. Okay, yeah, we go to Phantom. Now the question is, what does my opponent have in the back? I think they had an Amoonguss, or was that the last game? I know they had Lapras. Let's go with Serena. I think their team was pretty slow. And we will get a knockout onto the ground. So it is going to be Lapras here. So I think we just put our opponent in a pretty bad situation here. Going for a Max Knuckle here, and then go for it. Excuse me. And then I'll go for a power up onto Grimmsnarl, or I could just double up into that slot. Worst case, my opponent just protects. Okay, no. This should pick up a knockout. Yep, perfecto. Alright. And then, it's all about what Grimmsnarl does. I was honestly thinking that my opponent might G-Max Grimmsnarl and then go for Snooze, because that could have put us in a bad situation. They're going to dodge it, are going to go for Spirit Break. Spirit Break not going to do too much because we did get that +2. No, not +2, right, +1 in defense. So now, I guess close combat and then triple axle just to secure the win. Yep, okay. I really do want to see why they're running Frisk as opposed to Prankster. Unless it's like a physical Grimmsnarl as opposed to a support Grimmsnarl. Oh, yeah, there. It was Life Orb. Max. Oh, it's not fully even. Another reason. Although it shouldn't have outsped us though. Why Heavy Slam? Heavy Slam's not really gonna be doing a lot when it's not dynamic. Cold Nature. Oh, this is just a minted one. This is the one that was from an event not too long ago. Oh, this team wasn't really Dynamax. I mean, EV Train. My opponent could have went for first impression onto my Sneasel. That could have been I wouldn't say it wouldn't have changed the game too much, but could have done something. Okay, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. So if you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more. I will leave a code down in the description for this team if you want to use it. Give me your thoughts and feedback on what Pokemon I might be using later on episodes. We're probably gonna stick with this team for like a couple more episodes, maybe like 1 or 2 more. And maybe I'll show you more tricks that you can use, although this team is kind of like straightforward, but it's always interesting to see what you can play around with this team. Yeah, so like I said, I'll see you next time. Bye.